We have arrived for 2028. This is my first time looking at the new driver rosters for this year. As you can see, we've made a little bit of a color change, but we've added Teo Porcher replacing the outgoing Carlos Sainz. Originally, last season, Teo was supposed to have this seat, but there was some contract fiddling with Ferrari. So we finally secured the services of the French driver. No changes at Red Bull. Verstappen enters his final year as a Red Bull driver next to Oscar Piastri, the reigning world champion. For Aston Martin, no changes. And for RB, surprisingly, no changes as well. Andrea Kimi Antonelli has left the Mercedes family and joins Ferrari, the Italian driver with the Italian team. I really like this lineup. I think this will be really good. Let's see what they can do this season. Charles Leclerc and Esteban Ocon remain at Kick Sauber. Valtteri Bottas and Lance Stroll remain. Oh, man, McLaren, what have you done? Moving on from that clusterfuck, Vesti moves from Williams over to Mercedes. The former Mercedes Junior finally goes up to the big team pairing with Logan Sargent. Jack Doohan and Alexander Albon remain at Alpine. And then, what is going on with my save?
Welcome to Sakhir. Doesn't it feel good to be back? Every team and driver comes here with the same goal, to win. But that's for the end of the season. For now, they have to prepare to fight for F1 glory. There's now a rookie on the McLaren team, which is both an opportunity and a challenge. Let's get this underway. Here we go with the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Oh, man, this might be a long and or very short season. George Russell qualifies 17th in our very new livery, sporting a bit more orange here with Teo Porcher up in P8. So we're both guys, soft, medium for the exact same, not quite the same amount of stints, but you guys get the idea. I have no idea why we're so bad.
The opportunity begging to be taken.
This is not going well.
What a disaster.
Bad to worse. All right, it got better at the end. We're not out of this race just yet. On to a brand new set of soft compound rubber. The first pit stop for Teo Porcher as a Genesis driver. 2.1 seconds, not too shabby there for the Frenchman. Also, George Russell will be coming in. As you can see, he has inherited the race lead, although we do need to turn down the fuel mode for Teo Porcher. So now clicking over to Mr. Russell as Lance Stroll goes wide at turn number 14 into the pit lane for his first pit stop of the year. A very, very bright orange, a hot orange there for our guys. On to his own set of soft compound rubber. 2048. Good signs. Where are we going to cycle out? Yikes. Somehow we've managed to work our way back into this race. I'm not entirely sure how, but now we get to go into a brand new set of medium compound rubber. No impediments, thankfully, there from Yuki Tsunoda. Down on the way, 21:48, going to the end of this race here for Teo Porcher. Also, George Russell coming in this time by, although unfortunately we have been overtaken by the guy that's most likely on his way to kick off this season as he finished last in Oscar Piastri. So George Russell coming into the pit lane this time by 20:48. Down on the way for him, out in P6 and P7. Don't kill each other, please. Let's go to the end of this Grand Prix.
Struggling with the car. They were just unable to do much about it.
All right. Well, former Genesis driver there. Now down to P6 or not. Joe is gonna fight us for his life. Can we both get by him, please? Just tail.
We don't want to overcook the tires.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And she's good to keep on
P6.
pushing.
Oh, ran him off track too.
Okay.
Oscar Piastri is the winner.
You can't say they didn't earn it. They put in an amazing performance today.
Yeah, nothing short of amazing by 30 seconds, damn near 31 seconds ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. Oscar Piastri is going to win this race. Our two boys are side by side fighting it out for P5. As long as they don't run into each other, I will be okay. We'll see who comes out on top. It's looking like it's going to be George Russell. Tsunoda will come home for a surprise P2 for Williams. Pierre Gasly takes home the final podium honors there in P3, just ahead of Charles Leclerc. Porcher just somehow, I think George Russell might have actually ran out of gas there, and we'll come home P5 and P6. Considering we started 17th and 9th, we have a good race car maybe, but yeah, it's got a lot of kinks to iron out for sure.
The man from down under, Oscar Piastri, heads up to our podium. It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Away we go. Another strange qualifying. So P4 for George Russell and P17 for Teo Porcher. Naturally, as you can imagine, we're going to go with the aggressive strategy, the really hard first stint, and then soft medium to finish for Teo Porcher, and then for George
Stay
Russell,
close.
the very standard medium on the hard strategy. I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea what to believe. I don't know if we're good or bad or whatever. I just know that we need points. Yikes. Not going well with Teo Porcher, onto a set of soft compound rubber, and also not an amazing pit stop. Thankfully still beating out Kevin Magnussen out of the pit lane, but it's not looking good. We move on to George Russell's pit stop. Oh no. F1 Esports crash. Well, Lando Norris gets force fed into the tire wall, or not in the tire wall, into the wall, and we've got a red flag. Jackpot for Teo Porcher.
And it's lights out. And away we go.
Away we go again. We have the opportunity here to go to the end of this race with George Russell, and I think we will do exactly that for him. And then for Teo Porcher,
Place for now.
we could go to the end on these mediums, but we're not going to. We're going to push like hell. Still one more pit stop to go for him. Let's just see what happens.
But oh, they can't avoid making contact. And that won't do their confidence any good.
Won't matter much as Francois Hubert crashes out of this race, and we've got a safety car. I can't imagine anybody's going to come in, right? Wow, a lot of people. So Antonelli, including Leclerc, Verstappen. Well, on the bright side, we are now P4 and P8, but I can only imagine these guys are going to the end of the Grand Prix. Safety cars coming in, and we've got a new everything really. So I think we're still gonna we are going to audible George Russell onto a no stop going to the end of this Grand Prix. I do not believe anybody. Actually, I believe it's only Logan Sargent that's still going to pit here. With Teo Porcher, we're going to commit to still stopping one more time before the end of this race and hope for the best. Let's just see what happens. Well, there goes the second rookie out of this race, and out comes the red flag once again.
And it's lights out. And away we go.
Away we go once again. George Russell goes to the end of this race on a set of soft compound rubber. Definitely not pushing on these things at all. Want to deploy? Can we not lose any track position? Hopefully we can. And then Teo Porcher goes balls out to the end on hards. I really like where Teo is. I think we're on it. We have a chance. We have a chance for points. We just have to not squander it.
Copy.
We got back ahead of Antonelli. Perfect. Okay, let's see. P3 and P7. Yes. Yes.
Jump.
And the winner today, it's Oscar Piastri.
I don't think anyone could be disappointed with a race like that. A consummate professional through and through.
It's 2 for 2 for number 1. Oscar Piastri wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We come home P2 with George Russell. I really can't be too upset about that. I think we got the maximum out of today. Piastri and Red Bull just a little bit too quick as usual. Teo Porcher will just barely hold on to P9, but still, we you know, from P17, got a bit lucky with the red flag. Come home with some points. Not the end of the day. Not the end of the world, I should say. Off to Australia, which we've done historically terrible at.
Really good stuff, buddy.
And up he goes, George Russell joining the podium lineup after a memorable Grand Prix.
It's wonderful to see them take their first podium of the year. They had to earn it, that's for certain.
Get ready for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
I'm not going to say a single word about how good we did in qualifying because I do not believe this pace and I never seem to do well here. In any case, soft, medium, hard, the exact same strategy for both drivers. I'm hoping for the best. I hope we have pace. I don't know why we have pace now. I'm just hoping it stays. Logan Sargent's race comes to an end at the exit of turn 3. We've got a safety car. Unfortunately, we're going to lose way too much time if we stay out. We're going to have to double stack with both guys, and I'd imagine a lot of teams will probably have to do the same. Everyone's coming into the pit lane. All right, we played the lottery. On just a hard compound rubber. Russell's getting held. Everyone's going to get held. Road like allowed. P3 and P8. Fine. Here we go. Safety cars come back in, and we are going back green flag racing. Both guys will be going to the end, or will be going until lap 36 onto a set of mediums. Nothing we could really do until then, as long as we just don't go backwards. We have a chance to podium at Australia, which I don't think we've done so far in this career mode. So
It's not beating them in.
fingers will remain crossed. Oh, careful.
And the car just locks. But that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
Well, Mr. Hoffman eventually parked up and is out of this Grand Prix. The safety car is back out, and we've got everybody back in the pit stop, or the pit lane. A couple guys had already made their last pit stop in this race. Now we got to play the lottery once again. On to a set of medium compound tires for both drivers. No hold. Wow, we really went out there. Porcher's going to come in as well. No small hold there, not too bad. Let's see. We are going to cycle out in P5 and P7. Not bad. I don't know really what to expect, but I do know that we have a chance to win this Grand Prix. P5 and P7 there for George Russell and Teo Porcher. On that set of medium compound rubber, everybody goes to the end of this Grand Prix. It's a straight fight. Let's see who comes out on top. There we go. Double overtake. P4, P6. I mean, we've used up all of our battery to get it done, but we got it done. And we still have DRS.
1.1.
W's. Around the outside for Teo Porcher. Oh my god. I'll deal with the consequences of my actions. Yes.
Yeah, copy. There's only so much I can do.
Come on. Come on. Up the inside. Thank you, Kimmy.
Now we're watching the action closely here. It's
Yes.
there for the taking. He's got the win. And first place goes to Piastri.
A result like that absolutely speaks to all the hard work they've put into their career. Just phenomenal.
Clean sweep. A clean sweep of episode number 1 here for Oscar Piastri. We come home P3, P2, and P4.
Very good result for the team.
I mean, P4 and P6 in quali, P2 and P4 in the race. It's unfortunate that Sonoda was able to break us up there, but that's a great result. Great points on the board. That's the end of episode number 1 here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I will see you for episode number 2.
Have to say, George Russell looks excellent out there.
Definitely a well-deserved podium. You've got to say their race strategy was very good indeed.
Well, they've been waiting for this, haven't they? And it's only right that they make the most of it. And right now, it's the British driver who proudly takes his place on the podium.
And with that result, it marks their second podium of the season.